in a bean bottle, put your plastic in a plastic bottle. Let's try and get the vibes rolling because we need to keep this place tidy and we need to lead by example. Eh? So in this regard, like I said, not forgetting that it's also the Feast of St. Peter's. But I'm excited. I'm really, really excited that this thing is back. And I know with the help of God, first and foremost, and with persons like PS and her team, community persons and our counselors, I think we can make this place and move it forward tremendously. Let me say thank you and welcome to beautiful Soufrière, and do have a pleasant day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jules. And we've had a change in the MC duties from one at Discover Dominica to another. My name is Colin Piper. Pleased to be with you. Thanks again, Mr. Jules, for that, indicating that people can expect to revel in safety, and that it is also the Feast of St. Peter's, and that you are very excited about the return of Kone Kon. Wonderful. Okay, next on the agenda, to give us some information on the Kone Kon history, we have the Deputy Chairman of the Soufrière Village Council, Mr. Conrad Caesar.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Honorable Dennis Charles, Minister of Tourism, and to Soufrière constituency, and Father Mama, the PS with a team, Mr. Piper with Discover Dominica, and all other members that's present, and my special clerk for the Soufrière Village Council. On the paper say, Kone Kon, viwe, or vive. Mais mon rafais ça savent, moins vive. I want you all to be attentive. I want you all to understand. It will come in Creole and it will go into English because I like to mix the broth. When Kone Kon had been started in Scottshead, it had started in 1993 to 1994 continually by the past chairperson of the Soufrière Scottshead Gallant Village Council, together with the past government Freedom Party. It was started with Mrs. Felita Paul Thomas. And they went to St. Lucia as a group to watch the scenario, the vibes, while St. Lucia was calling their own Fish Fest in St. Lucia. And when they returned back, they put the logo for Dominica, especially Scott said, Kone Kon, Kone. Then it continued like that, going from 93, going every month, one Soufrière, one Scottshead. When bad weather, we stopped. When weather over, we continue. It continued going like this. And I can remember, to my knowledge, when Mrs. Adina Detouche coming to council as chairperson, the side group that was doing the Kone Kon with Continue Felita, the councils joined, and when they asked a report, they give a report of $1 profit. Kone Kon continue like that. It goes like that. And Kone Kon end in 2009. And Kubuli come over. And then Kubuli tried to continue it, but the city was in a lost. And it's got to stop from there and we do other events. But it was not a Kone Kon, but because of the name to continue, we always say Kone Kon, so people can run up to Scotland and Kone Kon. But today and Sunday, if God's will in life, good weather, it is not a matter of we starting again. We reviving Kone Kon again to see how we can deal and manage with it in Soufriere and Scottsdale by the government of Dominica and council to work together, and the people in the community of Soufriere and Scottsdale have to join hands in hands to work with us to continue the good life for people. All we have to do is to maintain it and to do it well. Kone Kon was a family affair on a month in time. When people leave the communities and they come to Scottsdale a Saturday afternoon, they go to the beach. Vendors by the road roasting the fish. They would come with the food, but they would not come with meat because they know that they are going to get fish in Scottsdale. So it had started like a family get-togetherness. And people come to Scottsdale, they buy the fish, they have the afternoon time, enjoying the community, interacting with different people, meeting people, talking to people, enjoying themselves. And later in the evening, the CO starts. That is where the CO comes in, late in the evening. It is not an afternoon CO, it is an evening CO, and it continues going up to 4 o'clock next morning. But things have been changed. Things have been changed because of situations, what we are facing. But if we could continue back, getting our timing for evening CO for daybreak, better yet. But we have to know how we're going to manage it and how we're going to deal with it. So that's what Kone Kon was, and that's what it is. And it is everybody looking forward for it. Entire of Dominica overseas people looking forward for that Kone Kon because they missed it and we missed it. It's been a livelihood for the people in the community because every vendor, myself, will make an extra dollar out of what we're making on that night. Because any activity that takes place in a community lets a business person make an extra dollar than what they used to make before or yesterday. Because when I make $20 today, and the event come tomorrow, I might make up an extra $50. So it means to say I make $30 profit more than yesterday. So we all have a benefit into it. No matter who criticize it, no matter who try to bring it down, it's to just to fail us down and to not to continue. But we have to let them see we have to continue the journey that we have to start. We have to start from one journey to another, stop and start another journey. So Kone Kon had started, Kone Kon had stopped. It's starting back again, means to say the journey that started had reached to an end and it's starting the other end to start back again. We don't know how long and where it's going to stop. That's the journey we have to look for. So all I'm telling my people in the community of Scottsdale, Soufriere, Gallio, and entire Dominica, let us embrace Kone Kon. Kone Kon na kaviwe kashaku epi Soufriere. Nous ni pour garder Kone Kon na bien et pour nous faire bien. Et nous commandons pour tout le monde Dominique, tout ça qui vient Kachakou, venir avec l'amitié en trésor, pour ça apprécier Kone Kon na, pour donner un bon temps, manger poisson rôti, manger poisson bouilli, qui bouillon, qui steam, qui rôti, venir manger acide, relax go, boîte boire, pas boîte trop, pas sous, but ou venir pour amuser corps en Kachakou. Si vous sentez vous passer à driveway, assis dans votre voiture, ton sommeil, pas drive à l'épice côté, en pas que vous en village là. So venez bien et venir apprécier Kone Kon na qui ka vivre, Kone Kon na ka vivre et il y a tout vivre, but tout monde garder pour. Thank you, and this is what I had to say. So I hope that everybody understands how Kone Kon had been started in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Caesar. Boy, that sounded like some spice in the Creole there. It's unfortunate I can't understand it because I saw everybody else enjoying themselves. But a very good historical lesson that it is being revived. And so you own it, you claim it, the community does. And that you appreciate the extra dollar. as I can imagine the vendors would. And events like this, I'm sure the minister will speak to it, are in fact what we're trying to do to help the Dominican nationals living abroad come back to their communities. So really appreciate that. All right, moving along on the program now. Senator Gregory Rivera is here representing the Honorable Fidel Grant, the Minister for Blue and Green Economy, Agriculture, and National Food Security. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome him to the podium.
Thank you very much, Mr. Piper. And I must say, after listening to Conrad Caesar, if it was a Calypso competition, I would ask them to change my position. Such a powerful and informative address to basically bring us back to the days when Kone Kon was Kone Kon. And I remember myself participating in Kone Kon. And I know one of the things that always comes to mind is the fish. And today, I want to recognize in a very special way our Honorable Denise Charles, Parliamentary Representative of Soufrière's constituency and Minister of Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiative. Also want to recognize the peers in the Ministry of Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiative, Mr. Piper, Mr. Caesar. I also noticed we have the parish priest who prayed for us earlier, Mr. Jules, Chairman of the Village Council, Mr. Conrad, of course, Deputy Chair of the Village Council, staff of the Discover Dominic Authority. I also want to recognize Mr. Alganan, the gallery, a very good friend of mine, especially when it comes to criticizing my calypsos. Ladies and gentlemen, our media, special good morning. I am very, very happy to be part of this ceremony, of course, to represent the Minister Fidel Grant, who is unable to be with us today due to some circumstances beyond his control. But of course, as Minister in the Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, I am very, very pleased to be associated with this program, especially in light of the fact that we are talking about fish. And permit me to just move a little away from my script, because there must be a reason why Christ chose 4 fishermen as his disciples. 4 fishermen. And I'm happy that, well, the priest is here, so he can allude to the fact that I'm talking the truth. But Andrew, Peter, James, and John, sons of Zebedee, were fishermen. And fisher folks generally are known to be people who are very patient, intelligent, persons who are very disciplined, committed, dedicated, and loyal, persons who are extremely hardworking. And all these characteristics are characteristics of the people of Scots Head and Soufrière, a community that has traditionally depended on fishing for livelihood. Today, we are seeing the resurgence of the St. Peter's Feast, or what we refer to as Kone Kon. They are 2 different things. You have the St. Peter's Feast and you have the Kone Kon. After listening to Mr. Caesar, it appears that the St. Peter's Feast is for the morning, and the Kone Kon, where we would have a little more siwo, that is in the evening going down to early morning. Now, this feast will definitely bring to focus the hard work of the people of this area. It will draw local and regional tourists to the area. It will bring some much needed activities in the area and provide the community, give the community an opportunity to showcase the many talents and skills that we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that we keep Kone Kon as one of the festivals on the calendar of activities for this country. I think that is something people really, really miss. And after the cricket, I can imagine the place flocking with people coming to be part of the Kone Kon activity. In this area, government continue to invest heavily in fishing. And between Scott's Head and Soufriere alone, we have over 100 registered fishers. And we realizing that fishing is extremely important to the livelihood and an important economic sector in supporting the community overall. These communities, particularly Scott's Head, were among the most affected fishing communities which sustained the most loss and damage of fisheries assets, including boats, engine, fishing gears, and key infrastructures such as locker room facilities. Post-Hurricane Maria, government made significant contribution to fishers from Soufriere and Scott's Head to restore livelihood. Some of these include cash grant programs, public assistance program. Of course, under the Dominica Emergency Agricultural Livelihood and Resilient Project, 17 fishers received 4-stroke outboard engines. 12 fishers were approved for fishing boats, which of course will be constructed before the end of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one boat builder from Soufriere who is approved to participate in the boat construction and will receive equipment in the amount of US $5,000 to enhance his operation. Additionally, we have had capacity enhancement training for all our fisher folks. Our ministry has provided significant support in the area reference to infrastructure development. These include a newly constructed jetty at Soufriere and of course one at Scott's Head. Additionally, we continue to support the reestablishment and capacity building of the local area management authority of the Soufriere Scott's Head Marine Reserve, which was established under the Fisheries Act. Ladies and gentlemen, fishing or fisheries production after the impact of Hurricane Maria is recovering, and this is essential to this St. Peter's feast. In 2020, fish landing in the area was up to 115.03 metric ton, marking an increase of 35% compared to the previous year. And of course, with pending intervention from government and rehabilitation of the fisheries complex designed to enhance post-harvest activities, we expect to see an upward trend. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to place on record my commendation to the Village Council and of course the parliamentary representative, Honorable. I do not know much about the Village Council, but I know something about my colleague, and please note that I do not know her for over 30 years. As one of our journalists who knew somebody for over 30 years. I do not know her for over 30 years. want to say, I want to congratulate the council and the PAL rep for working together. It's not often that we have PAL reps and village councils working together because some people are so politically sensitive. But here seems to be very different, and we really want to commend the PAL rep and the council for working together and ensuring that the people are part of the process. So all for the good of this community. With these few words, I want to thank you very much for your attention. I hope I didn't go too long because I know after we have the spice from my dear colleague, Honorable Dennis Charles. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator Revere, representing the Honorable Fidel Grant, and thank you so much for indicating your indicating issues as it relates to support for the fishers, the importance of the fishers in this community, and certainly those words are appropriate on the occasion of the Feast of St. Peter's and of course, Kone Kon. So we're at the point of the agenda where we have the featured address, and it's from none other than your parliamentary representative, the Minister for Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives, the Honorable Denise Charles. Welcome to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Piper. And thank you, Honorable Revere, for launching my next campaign, 25 more years. Honorable Gregory Revere, Minister, representing the Minister for Blue and Green Economy and Agriculture and Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture, the PS of Tourism, Mr. Colin Piper, CEO of DDA, the Chairman of the Soufriere Gallios Scottshead Village Council, Mr. Whiffle Jules, the Deputy Chair, Mr. Conrad Caesar, the other councillors present, the Events Committee, which was recently formed for the area, the constituents present, the staff of the Ministry of Tourism and DDA, and the media. Bonjour. In 2016, I declared that the Soufriere constituency shall become a tourism mecca, meaning that visitors would come to Dominica just because of this constituency. Our constituency is rich with natural gems like healing waters, sulfur springs, bubbling beaches, underwater marvels. I think we have the best dive spots in Dominica, a rich heritage, and most recently, 2 5-star resorts. But importantly, we are fishing communities and have an inspiring story to tell because many of our people built their homes, sent their children to school, and achieved so much as fisher folks. I remember the days growing up and rushing by the sea because our fishers had brought a great catch. I couldn't remember the pathway or word, but they used to call it sene or something, right. And many mothers would be seen by the bay buying fresh fish to cook lunch. So fishing has been one of our main livelihoods for decades and continued from generation to generation. Many people came and still come to our constituency to purchase fresh fish. And even today, many people talk about their fond memories of our monthly fish line in Kashakwa Soufriere called Kone Kon. Just imagine, visitors would come to Soufriere and Scottshead from Martinique and Guadeloupe, I was told, by yachts or boats just to participate in our fish festival. So this festival clearly brought great economic activity to our communities, as fishers, fishmongers, bar owners, and many more could make additional income during these festive occasions. It is this story about our hamlets, those fond childhood memories, and being raised in a constituency of fishers that brings me immense joy, and I'm very excited this morning to relaunch Kone Kon under the brand Kone Kon Viwe. We are known for having the best grilled fish in Dominica, and it is high time that we reclaimed our position as having the best fish line in Dominica. Kone Kon Viwe promises to be an unforgettable experience as we shall showcase all that we have to offer in addition to our flavorful cuisine like scuba diving, boat rides, kayaking, the intriguing Soufriere Scott said Marine Reserve, our fishers, our resorts, and lovely guest houses, arts and crafts, and even a kids' corner. Beyond this inaugural festival in celebration of St. Peter's Feast, we intend to continue with a monthly event on the last Saturday of every month. As you heard Mr. Caesar said, we want you to come there from the afternoon to come by on the beach, enjoy yourselves, and as he rightly said, don't bring any fish. You'll get all the fish in Soufriere and Scott said on that afternoon. The intention is to add competitions to determine, for example, who can make the best fish broth, snorkeling, and kayaking lessons. I think I could do with a few kayaking lessons. I know Rachel has been trying to get me on a kayak. Information sessions to raise awareness and advocacy for the protection and safe use of the SSMR. And of course, music and vibes for all ages. Under the events and entertainment pillar of the Ministry of Tourism and GDA, our goal is to partner with community groups to offer authentic experiences in various communities because every village in Dominica is unique. We have so much to offer visitors, but we have to work together to create those unforgettable experiences so visitors can truly be immersed in our cuisine, customs, and heritage. The National Flower Show in Egliston, Girondale, is a shining example of a community coming together to restore a National Flower Show festival that brought so many patrons to its villages and rejuvenated its community pride or spirit. In the Rosa Valley, we met the Loda Alive group, and they are working with their parent to have diverse packages in that community. So in every constituency, tourism and community groups can work together to create that local, authentic experience. And if we do so successfully, visitors will not be able to stop talking about Dominica. I want to commend the Dominica Community Tourism Association for their efforts in that regard, and I look forward to working with them as we strengthen existing tourism groups and establish new ones. Ownership is important for community tourism to be a success. Government can make the investment, but as Mr. Jules said, it is the people that have to protect it and preserve it. And results have shown that these activities truly boost the local economy, as everyone benefits: farmers, fisher folks, vendors, and many other service providers. So, when we say tourism is everybody's business, we also mean that if we all take tourism seriously, many families can make additional income, and together we can make Dominica the most talked about destination in the region. Thanks to our visionary Prime Minister, we are in the process of constructing our international airport, which will solve all our air access issues. I know that many think that the direct flights from the US mainland are sufficient, but let me share with you that our goal is to have direct flights from multiple source markets. The research is clear. To effectively increase visitors' arrival, we must increase direct access to Dominica. Nevertheless, we have made significant strides in improving access to our destination. And if you go to Douglas Charles Airport right now, there is no longer a quiet day. We have multiple flights daily. In that regard, I really want to thank Inter-Caribbean Airways, a true partner of Dominica, who during our toughest days of COVID and loss of flights from Liat, kept us connected to the rest of the region. In fact, we have daily flights to Barbados and direct flights to many islands as a result. We truly appreciate their partnership. And also, Caribbean Airlines, which started direct service from Barbados and Trinidad during COVID. This is a testimony to their confidence in our destination, and we are only just beginning. We hope to launch a Nature Island Tourism Awards very soon, in which we will recognize outstanding partners and also allow customers to partake in order to recognize various entrepreneurs or businesses, whether taxis, tour operators, vendors, resorts, or other accommodations which give excellent service. We have to develop a strong culture of service excellence, the 5-star quality level, I always say, if we want to become #1 in the region. More details will be shared by Discover Dominica Authority soon. So, we are really here for the main event. I promise you, Kone Kon La Viwe shall tingle your taste buds and certainly be worth your while. Join us as we celebrate St. Peter's Feast for church service in the morning at 10 a.m. and return in the afternoon, even if it's after our T20 International Series West Indies versus Bangladesh game at the stadium to enjoy the best fish fry in the Caribbean. To my fellow constituents, the ball is now in your court to ensure that everything that I've promised is delivered. I want to thank God for his amazing, amazing kindness, grace, and mercies towards us. So many things are happening in our constituency in spite of the economic challenges caused by Maria and COVID. We have 2 major housing projects in Point Michel and Scottsdale. The bids are being finalized for the reconstruction of the seawall in Gallet. Champagne Beach project is on the way. Renovation works of the Brooklyn Plainfield will soon commence. We have the multipurpose court in Point Michel, which finally I'm hoping will be completed in July. And designs are on the way for the multi-purpose center in Gallio. It's truly amazing that we are able to still keep our promises to the people we serve and love so dearly, and still keep all our social programs as a government. Every month, over $250,000, $267,717 is spent in my constituency just on the National Employment Program, which is equivalent to $3.2 million annually. I tell my constituents that managing the finances of one's home is no different from the government. When unexpected things happen, we have to cut, and some projects will be delayed. And it's very important that constituents are understanding during those periods. Every dollar spent to fight the pandemic meant $1 less available for other projects. But we are forging ahead one stone at a time. All I can really say is thank you, Lord. I also want to thank the amazing team in the Ministry of Tourism, especially our PS and Howard and Whitney, who are passionate about implementing the vision of the Ministry of Tourism, especially the community tourism pillar. Thanks to Discover Dominica Authority, DASPA, LAMA, Sufres, Galios, Scottsdale Village Council, St. Mark Fisheries Cooperative, the Fishers Division, Jungle Bay, Petro Carib, National Lotteries Commission, Colibri Ridge, Conrad Caesar, the vendors, Nature Island Dive, Whitey Kubuli Tours, and all the other stakeholders who are working with me to transform our constituency. I want to especially thank my constituents for their love and understanding and patience. By the grace of God, we shall build a stronger community and stronger families. I want to encourage all Dominicans to really be grateful and continue to speak positively about our beautiful country. Prayers and positive affirmations do wonders. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kone Kon la viwe, song the concert.
Thank you very much, Minister, for a passionate address. There's bits and pieces that will resonate with each one of us. A lot of content in there, passionate. So great, we are coming to the official end of the program. And now we have Miss Whitney White, who is going to deliver the vote of thanks. Many of you would know Whitney as a member of the Community Development Team from the Ministry of Tourism. Come on up.
On this note, I want to say special thanks to Fine Foods Incorporated for joining us in partnership here for this broadcast. We are on their time.
Good morning, everyone.
Then in just a moment, stay with us.
Honorable Dennis Charles, the Parliamentary Representative for Soufriya, and the Minister for Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives. A special good morning to Ms. Lisa Valmond, our Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Tourism, Mr. Piper, the CEO of Discover Dominica Authorities, Senator Revere, our Village Council members, media houses, and all our listeners. Special good morning to everyone. Kone Kon really captures all that we would like to achieve within the Ministry of Tourism, and specifically at the community level. There are certain goals that we have put in place for community tourism, especially considering the different cultural, social, economic, and even environmental shocks that we have faced for the last few years. And some of our main goals would include, firstly, ensuring that the entire community benefits from this. When we really consider all the things that we're planning to capture for this festival, you can see that a wide range of livelihoods will be benefiting from this, from our cultural and creative industries when we talk about our entertainers, our other industries, alternative industries like fishing, diving, scuba diving, and so on. Additionally, all our service providers that are located within the community, all of these people would be able to benefit from this. Secondly, when we talk about the miniature island, it's very important that we highlight the importance of protecting the nature that is surrounding the area. And when we're talking about Soufriya Scott's Head, we cannot disregard the importance of the Marine Reserve. So we are thankful for partners like LAMA, SSMR, Fisheries Division, and so on, for partnering with us to highlight the importance of this reserve. And finally, the culture. When we talk about tourism, it's very important for us to include our culture because that is what keeps us authentic, that is what keeps us distinct. And to put this entire thing together, there's so many people that we have to thank for their contribution. First of all, we have to recognize the works of Honorable Denise Charles. It is important for our leaders to realize that with increasing globalization, certain of our cultures sometimes are affected by it. And when we have leaders that recognize this and make a conscious effort to make sure that our cultures are preserved, it's very important, and we have to give them the recognition that they need. Also, when we talk about Ms. Honorable Charles, we have to include her village council, who have been working so hard behind this. They recognize the importance of this alongside Honorable Charles, and they made the effort to ensure that it was properly executed. It didn't matter the day, it didn't matter the time, whatever request was needed, they came through for it. We have to recognize the technical staff of the Ministry of Tourism, as well as DDA and DSC, led by Ms. Lisa Valmond, who really ensured that, who really championed behind this and made sure every T was crossed, every I was dotted, and we will make sure that we have a very immaculately executed event because of that. And also we have to recognize all the other people who would have contributed, such as our entertainers, who made sure that they made themselves available for us to add value to this event. We also have our different sponsors, especially Jungle Bay, who allowed us to have this launch here today. And I'm just making sure I recognize everyone. Yes. So we have our sponsors, as well as our village councillors, the staff from Discover Dominica, Ministry of Tourism, the village council, and essentially everyone who played a role to put this together today. I think that we can all agree that we're very happy to be a part of it, and we look forward to seeing the end product of it. So I would like to encourage all Dominicans to make sure that we come out and not only just visit the area, but support the event, support the vendors, and make sure that you keep the area clean as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kone Kon Lavi Way, and it's here to stay.
Thank you very much, Mr.
I tell you, the corn won't stop blowing, you know, and we want to big up our
The cocktail blowing.
fishermen.
Wonderful. I hope people on the radio could hear that.
Oh yes, certainly.
So we have
They
come to
did.
the official end of the program. Thank you.
Yes, we heard it from Mr. Colin Piper of Discover Dominica Authority. We've come to the end of today's program, the press launch of Kone Kon 2022. We are here at Jungle Bay Resort, and you can join Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica, for live coverage of the church service to mark the feast on Sunday from 10 in the morning at the Sophia Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so we do invite you to join us for that. We want to say special thanks to Fine Foods Dominica, Marsha and Monique and the rest of the energetic team at Fine Foods Dominica. We have allowed us to utilize some of the time for this broadcast. So folks, be sure to visit KFC Kiosk on July 2nd and July 3rd, two very important days in Dominica at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium for the West Indies versus Bangladesh T20 Internationals. And you will be able to place your online orders and have them delivered at the KFC kiosk at the stadium. So take advantage of the current promotion and get a free drink. KFC, it tastes so good. Also, by the way, free 2-liter drinks will with Wow Bucket orders for only, I think, $35. Get 6 pieces chicken, 2 fries, and 2 biscuits plus your free 2-liter soda and orders delivered to the stadium. It's going to be a special day in Dominica on the 2nd and 3rd once the weather prevails. The weather permits, that is. And by the way, Fine Foods Incorporated Credit Retail have something special for you. So have some fine wine while enjoying cricket this weekend. Visit the Fresh Market Bar. Also, specials on wine, Angostura Chill, and etc. etc. Just check them out. DJ Selector Urban will tell you more about that. And be sure that you're drinking enough water. Water helps you survive. Water helps keep the blood pure and helps you to fight diseases and sicknesses. So stay hydrated with Blue Water at the cricket games this weekend. Blue Water is distributed by Fine Foods Incorporated. But Selector Urban will tell you more about that for the next few minutes. We've taken some of Fine Foods' time. We want to say thanks again to Marsha and the rest of the team once again. Folks, don't forget to join the genuine sound of Dominica, Kyrie FM, on Sunday morning, 10 o'clock from Sophia. And you are invited to join us at Best Price tomorrow, 12 o'clock, live on radio and Facebook. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.